I'm going to tell you something about Melody Shari and the Lamb cast that you won't believe, I swear. Reality television, as we know it, is being altered by the depth and uniqueness of the drama that is unfolding. And trust me, by the time I finish spilling this hot tea, you'll understand why the entertainment industry is in a state of chaos. Let's head directly to the core of the storm. Melody Shari, the undeniable queen of Lamb, is alleged to have done the unthinkable. Everyone is in complete shock over her decision because it is so important and controversial. She reportedly stated that her name, image, and likeness are no longer permitted to be used on the show by the cast. Are you aware of the size of this? This is not just another reality TV drama. It is a complete game changer. When this news first broke, it felt like a bombshell had been dropped on the reality TV business. It was reported that network managers were scrambling to make a decision. The cast members were struck speechless by the fans' emotions, which nearly brought down the internet. No one at all, expected this. One of those epiphanies that left you stunned. Now allow me to explain why this is such an important event. For years, Melody was more than just a component of Lamb. It was the act. Everyone else seemed like supporting characters in her story because of the genius and charisma she provided to every scene. The cameras adored her, the fans were devoted to her, and the ratings soared while she was on broadcast. She was royalty on reality TV in every way. But as the cliche goes, people will want to bring you down more the higher you go. Reports state that while Melody's star began to soar, conflicts behind the scenes grew. Cast members who had previously called her a friend reportedly became envious and attempted to discredit her accomplishment. The show's editing choices, which often depicted her in ways that fueled drama and controversy, were not helping her cause. Reports state that Melody had reportedly reached her breaking point, which is where the fascinating part begins. She had had enough of being the program's enemy. She said that everything she said had been misconstrued and changed for entertainment. Then what? We will need to wait and find out. Unquestionably, though, this is a turning point for reality TV in general, not just for Lamb. Melody's size, movements, and facial expressions were all being thoroughly observed and used against her will. She appeared to be unable to breathe at all without it turning into a major plot point in someone's narrative. And honey, how did she reveal her decision? It was television gold. Instead of handling it in private like most people would, she allegedly handled it in public. Can you imagine the complete chaos that erupted when the cast members and the rest of the world found out via social media? The shock, the disbelief, the intense drama. One of their biggest stars had all but left the show, and they were finding out firsthand. The timing could not have been more spectacular if this bombshell had been written by the best screenwriters in Hollywood. A few days before the cast was supposed to record a crucial episode, it was made public. Producers were scrambling to find a way to save the show without its biggest star. Production schedules were thrown into disarray, plots had to be changed, and there was total chaos behind the scenes. Let's talk about the cast's response now, since this is where things get messier than a child with spaghetti. These people, who for years had called themselves Melody's friends, were inconsolable. Not simply the kind of tears they save for the cameras, but genuine feelings. Some were too angry to even talk coherently, while others sat there in complete shock, unable to make sense of what had just happened. There were serious emotional repercussions. Cast members experienced shock, abandonment, and deception. Their carefully planned reality TV family appeared to have been ruined by Melody. She was accused by some of being crafty, egotistical, and manipulative. But underneath all of that anger and bitterness was something deeper. Dread. Because without Melody, who would be the star? Who would oversee the schemes? Who would keep the attention of the audience? But let me explain why this isn't just another reality TV shakeup. It's a total revolution. Melody had never done anything like that before. Instead of ignoring the drama, she altered the rules of the game. She seized the reality TV rulebook and set it on fire. Fans are divided as a result of this, and the comment sections are turning into a civil war. One side hails Melody as a trailblazer, a brave woman who took control of her own narrative and resisted exploitation. She is being described as courageous, brave, and intelligent. The other side? They think she is being nasty and theatrically to punish her co-stars for past conflicts. The disputes on social media are very savage. We're talking about comment essays, Twitter discussions that go beyond war and peace, and adequate shade to protect against the sun. Here's the surprising twist, though. This wasn't a hastily made decision. No, darling, this was a well-planned power move that had been planned for months. To ensure everything was flawless, Melody had been collaborating with lawyers, brand strategists, and consultants. While everyone else was playing checkers, she was playing 4D chess. She wasn't simply making a statement. She was protecting her brand, her family, and most importantly, her mental health. Think about this. How can you build a reputable business empire when your name is constantly in the news? Like trying to build a house of cards during a hurricane, it's difficult and stressful. How about the consequences? Pure chaos. As if someone kicked over a beehive, everyone is trying to become the next queen bee. Old relationships are breaking down, and cast members who previously hardly got any screen time are now in the spotlight, fighting for their spot, as if it were their last opportunity at fame. To get attention, they are igniting old rivalries, starting new ones, and even setting off rockets. The desperation is real. Some members of the cast are secretly relieved that they may now shine without having to live in Melody's shadow. Others? They worry that without her, the show won't have the same charm. The tension is high, the stakes are high, and the drama is amazing. But wait, there's still more. Is the legal matter brewing in the background? It's more juicy than a Georgia peach in August. Attorneys were circling Melody like sharks that spot blood in the sea as soon as she made her announcement. The network's legal team is reviewing contracts to find any gaps. Melody's lawyers? They're not joking either. The fact that cease and desist letters are reportedly being sent out in large quantities makes it clear that any unauthorized use of her name, likeness, or image could lead to a confrontation in court. What about the network executives? To put it mildly, they may be living off of antacids while attempting to negotiate this legal minefield. This is not just a Melody problem. The whole reality TV industry might be disrupted. If she wins this action, it might have a significant impact on how reality stars are treated, contracts are written, and shows are edited. Other reality TV personalities are closely monitoring this situation, taking notes, and maybe getting in touch with their own lawyers. The network is retaliating vigorously, of course. They argue that Melody is unable to change the rules mid-game, signed contracts, and understood what she was getting into. But when has a determined woman with a solid legal team ever let a contract stand in the way of her ambitions, honey? In actuality, this is about more than drama or control. A woman in this tale decided she was sick of being misunderstood, forced, and used as a prop in other people's narratives. From the very beginning, Melody established her brand, generating a large following and creating an empire. She no longer wished to have her name linked to pointless arguments and made-up conflicts. The betrayal? It was deeper than anything we saw on television. In behind-the-scenes interviews, cast members were allegedly abusing her name, entangling her in their problems, and treating her reputation as though it were a commodity. Every time she tried to distance herself, someone would lure her back in with a comment, a reference, or a fictitious friendship moment. Furthermore, the story does not finish here. Since Melody has all the cards and the cast is running around like cats in a downpour, nobody can foresee what will happen next. Friendships are being tested, ratings are at risk, and behind-the-scenes secrets are threatening to come to light like champagne at a reality show reunion. But Melody? She won't give up easily. She is standing her ground and refusing to compromise in order to protect her mental well-being and reputation. As she rewrites her story according to her own terms, everyone is amazed by her confidence. This isn't just another reality TV scandal. It's revolutionary. Not just one performance, but an entire industry was put to the test by Shari. She said, "My name is not your storyline," as she stood up. "My photo is not yours. I own my story. And this is just the beginning, I assure you, my love." With emotions running high, alliances shifting like sand in the wind, and more disclosures on the horizon, the next chapter of this drama is predicted to be even more explosive. And really, the reality TV industry will never be the same. Maybe it was just what it needed. You should wait if you think this tea is hot at the moment. The drama is only getting started. Farewell.